What's up guys, Andre here, and the Nintendo Switch voice app is not only out, but it now actually works. Now the thing is, most of you can't test it because obviously Splatoon 2 isn't out. But since we happen to have Splatoon 2, I figured to do a quick look at how the voice functionality works in the app and the game. Now Derek's already done a quick tour of the app itself, which will start up right here. But he didn't actually show off the chat functionality, so we're going to invite him as well as Sean Buckley, who writes for Engadget, and we're going to check it out together. So you can also see Splatoon 2 up on the screen. I'm going to show you the entire process here. So first up, we're going to scroll down to the online lounge. We had to do an update for the game, by the way, before we could do this. It says invite friends with a smartphone app, crank up the fun with voice chat. So we're going to go to online lounge. Then we're going to create a room, and we have to do, oh, come on phone, stay on here. By the way, I have the worst setup here. And also, heads up, my voice quality might change at some point. I might need to switch which microphone I'm using for this to actually work. So just keep that in mind. So apologies in advance for that. So we're going to create a room from the game itself, not in the app, because we can't do it in the app yet, as far as I know. We're creating a private match. Your room has been created. You can invite friends to the room via the Nintendo Switch Online app. And then I click send notification to my smart device. So we're going to do that. And watch what happens here. If my screen stays on. There we go. You can see a room popped up at the bottom here, Andre GX's room. It automatically went right to it. So we're going to invite social media, we're going to invite a Nintendo Switch friend. We can also invite users we played with, so we're going to click on Nintendo Switch friends. And we're going to invite Derek, as well as we're going to go down to Shaunicus here, Sean Buckley. And we can click OK. Your friends have been invited. And they will hopefully show up here in just a sec. You can see my little bubble floating out here by itself. I'm pretty lonely in this room. It says voice chat has started. You can see my voice is broadcasting out from the my little icon there, as well as the waveforms down here. I can mute myself if I want. Not much point right now. It looks like Derek's joined me in the room, and there he is in the app. What's up, Derek?
Yes.
You made it.
Not too much. How you doing, Andre?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Just trying to figure out this dang app.
Right? Well, you're hanging in there, so that's good. We're still waiting on the third person to join, but while we're waiting, let me show off one thing here real quick. So, Derek, I'm going to ask you a question, and then if you could just answer for like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds or so, that'd be perfect. So, Derek, tell me what you think about the app so far. Alright, so while he's doing that, we're going to go to a different app here. Hopefully, actually we should just close out to the main menu here. And you can see the app actually stopped working. Like, we're still in it, we can't hear him at all, which is kind of a problem.
But some good elements about it, the shame of it all, it really seems like a work in progress, or just at least baked.
Alright, so while you were talking, Derek, I actually switched apps to showcase how it kind of stops working when I do that. So we caught the beginning and end of your question, but nothing in between. So, so if you want Derek's full thoughts, you can check out his discussion he already posted with Nintendo Dawn. It looks like we have Sean Buckley here. How are you doing, Sean?
All right. Just trying to figure this out.
I think that's kind of like the running theme of today, I think, for everyone who has Splatoon 2, right?
It's interesting. It feels very much like a solution to a problem somebody else already solved.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It kind of does, because right now it's working okay, but there's multiple things I want to mention. So for one, I just showcased when I exit the app, I can't hear you guys, you can't hear me. I'm still in the room, but nothing happens. So you have to stay in the app constantly, and not only that, your screen has to stay on. It won't, if you turn off the screen, it's like you exit the app, basically. Or rather, I think it'll keep you in the room, but the voice chat stops working, or the voice chat stopped working. So you have to keep your screen on the entire time. It'll just burn through your battery that way, presumably. Right?
Yeah, that's like I told you. In my earlier test, it was the same thing. Sleep mode, I think my partner in the chat could hear me, but I couldn't hear him, and it was just, again, I think he lost like 25% battery just during that.
Oh my god.
Fully tested battery life yet. That's one thing I haven't really checked out, but it doesn't seem impressive.
I mean, anytime you keep the screen on for anything, that's the biggest burn of your biggest burner of your battery. So that's not a good start.
The crazy thing about this is that you can't minimize it in order to preserve your battery.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
All you can do is turn right down.
And there are other apps that do that fine. Like, I mean, obviously you can make phone calls without the screen being on. Same thing in Skype and a bunch of other programs. I don't know why Nintendo couldn't figure that out. But I will say right now though, like as long like within the context of this very limited context right now, it's actually working okay. Like I can hear you guys okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's not a bad VoIP app overall. Well, the VoIP functionality, voice over IP functionality, is okay. It's just the application of it is a little confusing to the extent where it's enough work that I feel like you might almost prefer doing it how we did it for the original Splatoon, which is just getting your friends to join you on Skype.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It almost seems better that way. The best thing about this app is how it automatically splits you into 2 different teams. And then brings you all back into the same thing.
Yeah.
That is very smoothly done, and I'm sure we'll demonstrate that here pretty soon, but it's still... That's one good thing. That's one positive amongst a lot of negatives.
Yeah, it's true because now, like, if you, as I mentioned, you don't have to use headphones. I'm not using headphones right now, so I can record this. It would probably be better with headphones. I could better hear you, but it's working okay so far. But if you need to keep your screen on for this constantly, you're going to need to plug in a charger to your phone too. So you might have a charger in your phone. You might have headphones connected to your phone. Like this is kind of a mess of cables right here. But anyways, I figured let's go ahead and start a match real quick and we'll showcase how it works in-game. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna start it up here. We'll do Turf War on the Reef. Sorry, it's gonna be 2 versus 1, Derek, so...
Hey, I'm level 14. You guys are actually my level together.
Oh, you're right. Combined, we're the same level. Alright. So I'm gonna put myself on... So I want Sean on my team so we can show this off. I'll have... yeah, Derek's gonna be on his own team here. Team Bravo. Alright, here we go. Otherwise, so Derek, you'll have no one to chat to. I'm sorry. That looks good. Let's get started. Alright, so it says teammate chat is still on, which is good. It made that... Oh, and here we go. So it has separated Sean and I into our own team now, which you can see here. Derek is on his own team, talking to himself, unfortunately. Poor guy.
It didn't reconnect me to voice chat until I clicked the ready button.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, I still couldn't hear you, and when I pressed ready, then it reconnected me, which I thought was a little surprising. It didn't automatically put me on your team until I said I was okay and good to go.
That is interesting. Well, yeah, I think they have some things they can definitely streamline here. Alright, so I see Derek already. He's launching bombs at us. So we can start strategizing now with the app. So we can actually talk to each other for the first time in this Splatoon game. So, oh, and I just got wrecked by Derek. Sorry?
He's doing a good job of, like, hiding behind things and, again, like, he's really using bombs effectively to try and corral me.
He is, like, for being, I mean, we're totally one up on him, so he's doing quite well already for not having, for being down a player. Alright.
Gosh, oh gosh.
Alright, come on, Derek, we cannot both get killed by him.
There's a reason I've actually had the game a little longer than him, I think, but there's a reason he's twice my level.
He has been playing a fair amount.
Good.
Well, he got me from the grave. Oh, and you too? Dang! We just got wrecked.
Oh.
Yep.
See, and that's one of the things I really like about Splatoon, though, is you have this ability where if you really know how to use all your tools, like I said, he was using bombs a lot because he knows he's outnumbered. So
exactly.
He can kind of use crowd control with the bombs on us and make good use of that to keep himself safe while keeping us separated.
Okay, he's behind you. He's on the block behind you in the middle of the field. Okay, he's on the ground now. I just got killed by him again. So we can actually, yeah, like we can actually tell people where enemies are now. Like this is where the game's gonna feel a little bit different from when it has before. All right, I'm right behind him. There we go. That was teamwork right there. High five.
Yeah.
Or booyah. There we go.
It's not in the mode.
Yeah, I screwed up too.
The wrong one.
Now, I'll say, no, the irony of all this, Sean, is I'm pretty sure I play better when I don't have to talk and don't, like, have to think about what I'm saying. So I think even though we can communicate and have, some strategy now, I think I might actually be worse overall.
Yeah, oh man, he's got the curling bombs though, so that's where it's useful though. I can talking is the hard part, but we can give strategy. Like now, he's got the curling bombs, which he's using to sort of simulate as if there are more players on the field.
That's true.
Extend out and swim.
As a counterpoint, when you said you had curling bombs, I ran right at him and got killed. So...
Don't do that! It's the opposite of strategy!
It really is. I got him, I got him. He's doing a really good job with his curling bombs.
Right, Right, they really control the area because that's the other thing I love about Splatoon is especially in turf war, when you eke the ground, it limits everybody's movement, so he can use those to create different lines and zones where I can't get at him.
Right, exactly. It's quite smart.
Yeah, actually.
Derek's come a long way since Splatoon 1, let me tell you. Alright, that's the game! So, let's see how this works. It looks like we did win the turf war overall, because that was completely fair.
I've seen a better, worse coverage on 4v4.
Yeah, no kidding. No, that was very respectable. Alright, so now we're gonna be regrouped with him, I think. So let's see how this works. Alright, so yeah, we're currently in some limbo right now, not talking to anyone. And we are back. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, back right, real easy. I love that switching. That's really simple and easy to do. Held my own pretty well against you.
Dude, we were saying that. You were rocking it.
Yeah. You were really using great crowd control. The curling bombs were a nightmare because they kept me from getting at you. It would create paths I couldn't walk across, and just they're scary when there's like 7 of those coming at you at once.
And I've figured out, like, the longer you hold the throw button for that, the farther they'll go.
Right.
Which is a little different from how they work normally, so I always make sure to have, like, them going in different directions and in various lengths just to throw people off. I love this arrow spray. Like, I was a fan of the arrow spray in the first game. This thing is just as good.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you were doing a good job holding it down yourself. So now that, well, I guess I was gonna ask you, Derek, what you thought of the app there, but I guess you didn't hear anything in the app.
Yeah, I couldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah. So I guess, but I mean, you've tried before too, though. So what are your guys' overall thoughts now? Now that we've tried in the match, been talking through it, what do you think so far?
I think there's potential. There's potential here. I think it's a clever idea for a way to work around it, but it needs to be a little bit more open because right now you can only use the app to chat with you guys if we're all in the same game. So you don't have this cross voice capability. You can't use it if you're not using your Switch. It feels limited in a way that I don't know that I think it would be better than if I just plugged the headset directly into the Switch. Although the capability is not available. If it was, I don't know if this is better than that. Yeah,
because I thought, I mean, I'm guessing more functionalities, I mean, obviously more functionality has to be coming, but I'm pretty sure they've said, like, one of the appeals of the app was being able to send invites. Well, I guess I did send the invite through the app, but I had to create the room through the game itself, so there's this weird mishmash of, like, going from the game to the app in order to set up a room, when I would think it'd be a little bit more seamless, so...
Yeah, that is the big issue. I mean, the people that you can invite, like I said this during the discussion, but I really like that you can invite people that you recently played against. That's a great way to meet new people and have that kind of interaction.
That's true.
That is something I've been enjoying about the Switch multiplayer in general. I've made a lot of friends this last week in Splatoon just because they played with me and they liked me, and then they hit me up on recent friends. And then we find each other on Twitter, and it's been great. Yeah.
that exactly, that's it. So, I don't know how your guys' battery life is doing, but I commented in the, so it's funny, in the Splatoon, or in the Nintendo Switch Online app pictures, like on the App Store, all the pictures show like a low battery, and now I see why. Like, that's really accurate. My battery's almost dead at this point, so...
Oh my gosh. I've had mine plugged in, because I've used this a few times today for all the discussions, showcasing the thing, so yeah.
Yeah. How's your battery holding up, Sean?
So, and this is all I've done with my phone today, and I'm at 56%.
God. Yep. So they, like, that above all else, they need to fix. You have to be able, like, you know, at a minimum, turn off your screen, and even, like, switching apps, too. Like, that's a crucial part of the phone. Like, that's part of the whole appeal of, like, having it on your phone. They can do other stuff with your phone, too, but you really can't. If you want to talk to someone, you're locked into this app.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. Alright guys, well, I think that about wraps up for us here. Hey Sean, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you at?
You can find me at Seanicus with 2 C's, SEANICCUS on Twitter and YouTube, and I'm also a writer at Engadget.com, so if you want to read about my gaming coverage there you go. Awesome,
and I'm sure you'll have lots of stuff about Splatoon 2, and maybe this app, right? Perhaps?
Yeah, maybe this app.
Alright, well thanks for watching guys. Of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for lots more on the Nintendo Switch, Splatoon 2, and hopefully this app, once they improve it even further, hopefully, like this better not be the end of it. Alright guys, catch you later. Bye.